İyi akşamlar. Before starting our lesson, let's refresh our knowledge in English. Adjectives, comparative, superlative. As you know, in English, good, when we use as comparative, it turns into better. Of course, the superlative is the best. Bad turns into worse. Then the superlative is the worst. Of course, when we use comparative, then we always use this than. In Turkish, iyi, daha iyi, which means better. En iyi means the best. Same example, bad is kötü in Turkish. Comparative, daha kötü. Superlative, en kötü. The worst. Of course, when it is comparative, it's always used with than, as I said before. Let's judge the Turkish way. Sen, senden, daha iyi. Better than you. It seems like completely different way, English and Turkish. Senden daha iyi. Better than you. Senden daha iyi. Better than you. It will be a nice trick if you realize this similarity. Both of them than sounds. Senden daha iyi. Better than you. Dünden daha kötü. Worse than yesterday. So in this case, dün is yesterday, of course. Then is then and this. So, dünden daha kötü. Worse than yesterday. Bundan daha hızlı. In English, faster than this. Faster than this. Geçen yazdan daha sıcak. If we judge it English way, more hot or hotter than past summer. Sorry. Before I start or I go more, I want to talk about a story years ago. There was a fisherman where we are living. He had sorted this with a way. I need to say he couldn't write and read in his own language. Very basic, he could hardly write and read. But because of his been hearing from the other people, English people, he made a logic for himself. And that was so clever. I found it very clever and it helped me a lot too. That fisherman, he was saying, before than you, because his language forces him think this way. Before than you, after than you. In English, if you realize before and after, then already merged in the word. That's why we don't use this thens anymore. We say before you, after you. But if we have a look at before, it is actually earlier than, or after, later than. This is how we should think in Turkish. Because we are using them words when we need to compare. So if you extract them, it is earlier than or later than. After getting this logic here, let's go and read them again. İyi, daha iyi, en iyi. Kötü, daha kötü, en kötü. Repeat it. Senden daha iyi. Senden daha iyi. We read from here. Better than you. And we focus on this sound similarity. Dünden daha kötü. Dünden daha kötü. Worse than yesterday. Dünden daha kötü. Worse than yesterday. Bundan daha hızlı. Faster than this. Bundan daha hızlı. Faster than this. Geçen yazdan daha sıcak. Much hotter or more hot than past summer. We remember the logic of fishermen again as putting then, because he was thinking this way. And then we are checking it, we are focusing on them. They are actually before is equal to earlier than. After is later than. This subject is actually not called meden or madan. We are first doing the verbal forms. Gelmek is to come. Gelme is coming. Önce, before. In Turkish, before is den önce. I will write it here. Den önce. And after is den sonra. See? Earlier than, den önce. Later than, den sonra. Before the verbal forms, let's have a look. This. You. Then. Later. Sorry, before or earlier. Senden önce, earlier than you. Of course, these two merge together and makes it before. So we say in English before you or after you. I'm sure you got the idea already. I take this one and I put it here and no. You get the idea already. Now the verbal forms. We are looking at them. Gelmek, to come. Gelme is coming. Gelmeden önce. Gitmeden. Önce. So, earlier than coming. Gelme is coming. So, earlier than coming. This one, earlier than going. If you need to separate them, now you'll see. Earlier than coming. Earlier than going. Now let's have a look at the examples about them. With this me, we do a couple of different ways. But because of you got the idea from the other study, previous study, you will get the idea. This one. Gitmeden önce beni, for example, ara. call me earlier than going. It's actually saying, call me before you go or going. When we put the, which is past tense, then it is he called me before he goes or is gone or whatever, before going or earlier than going. Now we can put eve, so we can get the idea how we are building the sentence as well or making them longer. Eve gitmeden önce beni aradı. He called me before he goes to the house. Before going to the house, he goes to the house. Ali eve gitmeden önce beni aradı. Now it is of course Ali. Ali called me before going to the house. Right. Gitmeden önce bize gel. Come to us before going to the school. Come to us earlier than going to the school. Düşünmek, to think. Düşünmek. Düşün, imperative. Think, it means think little earlier than buying the house. Evi almadan önce biraz düşün. Let's judge it in English. Think little earlier than buying, taking, or getting the house. Of course, it is think little before buying the house. Karar vermek. Karar vermek, to decide. To decide. But in Turkish, we give decision. We give decision. To give, decide. So, beni aramadan önce karar verme. Verme, imperative and negative. Don't decide or don't give decision. Don't give decision. Karar verme. Don't decide earlier than calling me. So, don't decide before you call me or without calling me. Right. This is one of the form, verbal form. They look the same, but this one is completely going, and this one is negative verbal form. So, There is no önce here. Yeah. Hemen geri gel. Come back immediately. Hemen geri gel. Come back immediately. Kalmadan. Without staying. Kalmadan. Without staying. Orada. There. Or in there. In wherever you are. So, come back immediately without staying there. Koymak, to put. Masaya koy. Put them on the table without breaking these. Bunları kırmadan masaya koy. Talk without arguing this time. Bu defa tartışmadan konuş. İlk defa bağırmadan konuştu. He talked, he or she talked without shouting first time. Means he talked first time without shouting. İlk defa bağırmadan konuştu. Okula gitme. On its own, don't go to school. Taramak, to comb. Don't go to school. Here. Without combing your hair. Saçını taramadan okula gitme. Don't go to school without combing your hair. Gelmek, to come. Gel, imperative. So, gel without running while coming. See, gel without running while coming. Means while you're coming, don't run. Sorunlar artmadan bu işi bitirelim. Bitirelim is let's finish. Let's finish. Let's finish this job before increase the problems. Sorunlar, problems, artmadan, together, before increase, artmak, to increase, artmadan önce, before it increases. Sorunlar artmadan bu işi bitirelim. Havalar ısınmadan önce işleri bitirelim. Isınmadan önce, before it gets hot. Now we can use, of course, before, after, because we know now, before already has, then, done, merged in it. So, sorunlar artmadan bu işi bitirelim. Havalar ısınmadan önce işleri bitirelim. Let's finish this job before the problems increases. Havalar ısınmadan önce işleri bitirelim. Let's finish the jobs or the works before getting heated or the weather gets hot. here you will find it, of course, a little bit easier than before. Yavaş yürü, koşmadan gel. Gel, koşmadan gel. Without running. Walk, slow. Slow, walk. Koşmadan gel is come without running. Öğrenemezsin. Yazmadan öğrenemezsin. Öğrenemezsin. You cannot learn without writing. Konuşmadan öğrenmek çok zor. Very difficult. To learn without talking. Soruları hiçbir hata yapmadan cevapladım. I answered. Hiçbir hata yapmadan without making any mistake. Without making any mistake. So, without making any mistake, I answered the question. Or the questions, without making any mistake, I answered. That's how we put it. Durmadan yürüdüm. Durmadan yürüdüm. Durmak, to stop. Durmadan, without stopping or without a break. Durmadan yürüdüm. I walked. Bütün gece durmadan ders çalıştı. So there is no personal suffix, so we get the idea, he, she, or it. Of course, in this case, because of it is studying a lesson, so it must be he or she. He worked, or he studied. The whole night, without break, or without stop. Without stopping. Bütün gece durmadan ders çalıştı. İlaç almadan iyileştim. İyi is good. İyileşmek, to get better. İyileştim, past tense and me. I got better without taking medicine or anything. So, I got better without taking medicine. Yemek yemeden çay içme. Don't drink tea without eating food. Yemek yemeden çay içme. Beni görmeden gitme. Beni görmeden gitme. Don't go without seeing me. See? Don't go without seeing me. Sigara içmek, to smoke a cigarette. Sigara içemiyorum is I cannot smoke. So, I cannot smoke without making breakfast or having breakfast. I cannot smoke a cigarette without having or making breakfast. Seni görmeden mutlu olamıyorum. Mutlu olmak, to be happy. Mutlu olamıyorum. I cannot be happy without seeing you. Mutlu olmak, to be happy. Mutlu olamıyorum. I cannot be happy without seeing you. Today I had put a post on Facebook and I said very, very, very important. Of course, there are some comments. It is better you always put comments there. Let's just have a look. While I was writing this post, I didn't even think it was, I just put it in a hurry. So, den önce, now we know. Den sonra, before and after. After means later than. So, that then, we are repeating the same things. That then and Turkish then and English then, they sound completely similar. So it will help you to remember. Before means earlier than, and after is later than. Before and after have the comparison particle, which is then, already in them, merged in it. If it wasn't merged, would be before than me or after than me, just like the fisherman I mentioned, how he thinks. Faster than me, now we are comparing, slower than me. Now, boştu, it was empty. It was empty. What was empty? My life. My life was empty. Before than you, or earlier than you. See? Or before you. Senden önce hayatım boştu. My life was empty before you. Eve benden sonra geldi. See? He came later than me to the house. He came later than me to the house. He came to the house later than me. Or after me. Gitmeden önce beni ara. Or gitmeden beni ara. It has the same meaning. Because that then does the job itself. But to be completely correct and not to get confused, you can talk like that. Gitmeden önce beni ara. Call me before you go. But if you hear this, because most of the time we don't use önce, but this is the most correct one. But you would hear on the street like that, gitmeden beni ara. Same meaning, because that then does the job already. Eve gitmeden önce beni aradı. He called me before going to the house. Same idea here. Eve gitmeden beni aradı means the same. We only took the önce off because that then does the job itself already. Okula gitmeden önce bize gel. Come to us before going to the school. Say, come to us before going to the school. Think little before buying the house. Let's read them slowly. Gitmeden önce beni ara. Eve gitmeden önce beni aradı. Okula gitmeden önce bize gel. Evi almadan önce biraz düşün. Thank you for listening. I hope everything is clear. I will put the video on YouTube, so I will let you by link. If something not very clear, please ask, so I would answer your questions, whether on Facebook or in YouTube, in the channel. Thanks for watching.